Hello, I want to do some shameless publicising today on this, the feast of St. Peter and St. Paul. And St. Peter and St. Paul, obviously we know a lot about them. We also know their writings and their teachings. And they represent very different styles of theology. But they write together, and we see from Holy Scripture how their thinking comes together to produce the doctrines that we know and love, along with the other writers. So I've been writing myself. I have several books, some very little tiny books out there. But I would like, if I may, to just show a few of them, just three, of what I think are more important, because the examples of St. Peter and St. Paul show us that we should preach the faith as best we can, and, well, I try to do that myself. So, my first book, this is the book I first wrote. This was the book that I was first asked to write for catechesis in my diocese, Whom Seek Ye? And essentially it is a book of for people who are new to Anglican Catholicism. So I hope that you find that little text helpful. I think, speaking to people who have read it and used it, they found it useful. It also comes with a workbook, which is just like the main book, but it's mainly completely blank except for the questions that I ask in it. And it's a good way, I hope, for people to sort of keep abreast on what they think they believe and where they want to develop their ideas and how to develop their faith. The second book, which has proved somewhat popular in my province, and this is Anglican Catholic. This is Anglican Catholicism, Understanding Faith, Changing Faith in a Changing World. See, I can't even remember the title of their own books. I think that's because it's appearing to me back to front. But I'm sure you can see it the right way around. So this is a book that I wrote. It basically gives an overview of Anglican Catholic belief and why we believe it. I've tried to fill it with as many references to the Church Fathers and Holy Scripture as possible to show that that's where we're rooted. And lastly, through the letterbox today came my proof of Anglican Catholic moral theology, which is a bit of an academic tome, if I'm honest, and that's come from the work that I've been doing with the Johann Heinrich Pestalozzi Christian University. So this book essentially is written to sort of explore what Anglican Catholics believe is the moral way of life in relationship to the traditions that have influenced it, such as the Orthodoxy, Roman Catholicism, and pre-modern Anglicanism. So all three of these books can be found on lulu.com, and I know book prices are particularly high at the moment. I've tried to keep them as low as possible, following the Benedictine rule. The Benedictine rule says that whatever we produce, we should charge for as low as possible. So I've tried to maintain that, but unfortunately they might might be a little bit pricier than people want. I'm looking into that. So 3 little books there for you to think about, and perhaps you might like to peruse them. And if you don't like perusing them, you can always use them as doorstops or fly swats. Anyway, thank you for listening. God bless you this this feast of St. Peter and St. Paul. God bless you that through their teaching, you, and through their life and example, through their witness and through their intercessions, you may find yourself in their company in the great halls of heaven. God bless you. Please pray for me.